Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your models will practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Welcome to the Kit Hoarder's Stash. It's really chilly out here in the doghouse, but this is a pretty good sized kit, so I got to review it out here. This is the T95 Super Heavy Tank. It's a 2-in-1 kit, and it's from Dragon. Now, you'll remember that they came out with a T28, the T28 a while back, and, well, this kit has a few more parts. It's a smart kit, so it's got the Dragon styrene tracks. Let's open this up and let's take a look at it, shall we? So here you've got a couple of different painting options for this. You can hit this and check out the real deal, see what the experts think, and get a taste of its details. So yeah, if you got one of them smartphone thingies, you can take a look at those. So, and here's some of the photo etch, some of the features that this thing has. But I wanted this kit for one thing in particular. So yeah, it's got a 2-in-1. You can either do it with the 105mm barrel, or you can do it with the 155, which it never mounted, but it was proposed. So let's open this up and take a look. I got it specifically for some parts because I already have a built T28, another one that I'm working on. Here is the Dragon styrene tracks, which I don't have a problem with. Just want to make that very clear. I actually like these. It comes with, so you get some springs, tow cable. There is some photo etch parts and your decals, which there's just a couple of decals, a couple of numbers, and I don't even think there's a couple of little teeny stars in there. So that's in this packet right here. And here's the storage boxes that go on the side. Again, in photo etch. And the instructions for this 2-in-1 kit. So in blue are the parts you don't use, which is kind of nice because there's 2 of these sprues here, and this has got a lot of Sherman turret parts, which is good for my extra parts bin. Some wheels here, and some other parts that aren't used. So some good extras for me. I like these Dragon kits. So step 1 is building it's just like the T28, building the suspension. You got color call-outs here. Again, pretty much the same instructions as on the T28 kit that they put out. Putting your side pieces together, getting the wheels on, and all the details and the photo etch parts. And then here working on the turret and all the details that go on the turret. And then your option of the gun down here, either the 155 or the 105. And your paint schemes, and some of the final assembly. So the reason I can say it's pretty much the same instructions. Here's the T28 instructions right here, because I have been working on my T28 kit. So the last page is a little different, and the option for the gun is different. And other than that, pretty much the same instructions. So, okay, so looking at the kit, I'm going to open this up. We've got a very nice, with texture on it, cast hull for this. The lower hull with some of its. Now, the one thing this hull does not have that it should have is in this area right here behind this patch, which this part goes on and that's great, but behind there should be some detail, and we'll talk about that detail in just a minute that this does not have, and is I haven't figured out how to replicate it yet. Very nice rendition of a Modus. Yeah, that's a keeper for me. I like this one. And here is these two sprues that we don't use much off of them. So we're going to use the Commanders. So there's both of the sprues that are like this. So you've got the you've got the Commander's cupola here that you're going to use, but then you've got all of these different periscopes, antenna, I can't remember what it's called, but all the stuff for when you put the 50 cal on the back end to store it, all of that stuff is here. The first aid kit, that, and all of this stuff that is not going to be used in this kit, which is nice. It gives me some extra parts, and you get 2 of those. Yay for me. Okay, so now we get into the teeth. Literally, the teeth for the DS tracks. That's the only pain on this thing, is gluing those in place, but regular cement works just fine. Here's parts of the lower hull for the mounting of the different wheels and such. The headlights, and there's 4 of these. 4 of these sprues. This is sprue E is in Echo, and G is in Golf. There's a lot of plastic. These kits are going to set you back, and I found that they're very rare. I can't even find the part number in the catalog anymore. I mean not catalog, but anywhere. Like, you look online for kit number 6825. I found this one on eBay, and this was in Europe. I had to send for it. So, okay, so this is the detail right here that should also be on the inner part of here, there towards the front, and it's just missing. And I don't know how I would replicate that, because it's not just drilling little holes. But here are your side pieces, your mantlet, gas tank cover, the back end of it, and then that big 155 gun. And it's not metal, it's plastic, but it's in 2 pieces. So we'll make it work. Let's put this stuff aside. And then we have sprue B and sprue C. Excuse me. So here is your muzzle brake for the 105, and we have 2 of these sprues. So there's 2 of these big muzzle brakes, the guards for the lights, different parts for the hull, the attachment points for the hull, the winch, and then just some different parts for the road wheels. And we don't use all of those. And there's 2 of these sprues, so going to be some extra parts there. Not going to open these up, but here's the larger road wheels, like the idler wheel. What I don't know, idler wheel. It's the wheel in the back, front, whichever. Anyway, there's those, and then here's your tires for your wheels. And there's lots of those, and I'm not going to take those out. But they are very well detailed. They do have actually nomenclature on them, raised detail that has like the tire, I won't say number, but whatever, Goodyear, whoever made them, which is kind of a neat little detail. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these sprues. This is sprue Q. And these are your larger road wheels, and your sprocket center, and then 2 different types of sprocket, an earlier and a later version. Your idler wheels, and then some other parts that aren't used. Again, Sherman parts. Yay for Sherman parts! I've already built one complete lower hull from Extra Parts. Well, it was one complete Sherman from Extra Parts. So I dig these because it gives me an opportunity to do all sorts of custom stuff with my tanks. Oh goodness! Well, I lied to you. There were 4. Apparently, there's 8, because this is Q as well. So you get a lot. You get a lot of these because there's 4 of them here. There's 4 of them there. So there's 8 of those sprues. Wow. And then finally, I'm not going to open both of these. We have sprue. You know, this says sprue Q as well. How about that? So there's. I'm just going to look at one of them. There's 8. There's 8 of these, and these have your bogie mountings, parts of the bogies, the springy part of the bogie, and then your actual road wheels. Okay, so this is where you build your bogies and your road wheels. And like I said, there's 8. There's 8 of those. And last but not least, there's a metal 105 barrel in here. This is actually the barrel that I used for my Mutant 6. Was the barrel out of one of these kits. So I have another nice metal 105 barrel. So that'll go on like a T29 that I've got coming up. So anyway, folks, thank you for joining us today. Hopefully you got something out of this. If you ever have wanted to build one of these, I do recommend them, but they're time consuming. This isn't a kit that just falls together. Thank goodness for the DS tracks, because I will tell you, since it's got 4 sets of tracks, that when I built my T28 originally, did not have the Dragon styrene, and I had to assemble each one of these times 4. It took me 4 days, 4 8-hour days, just to assemble tracks. And that was so dang tedious, I never wanted to do it again. When they came out with the Smart Kit, I thought, well, okay, that's a game changer. That way, I mean, this thing takes enough time to build as it is. Those bogies, if you've ever built the Dragon Easy 8 bogies and road wheels, they are time consuming. So this kit will take a bit, but you know what? We're going to have a T95 for you one of these days, and hope you like that when I get to it. Thanks for joining us today, folks. We'll see you again next week on The Stash.